Good evening, sports fans. Greetings from Tonopah, where I have just come in the door from a unfortunately prolonged return drive from Las Vegas. Um, Several things went wrong today. First of all, I got up at a god awful hour of the morning in Pahrump, um, where I had stayed at the Pahrump Nugget, which is a nice hotel, but unfortunately, like its sister property, the Strad, it's not really designed for the business traveler. There was basically no space to set up the laptop, so I didn't. And it was just as well because after the meeting, the NSAB meeting, I was dog tired and all I wanted to do was eat my Carl's Jr. burger and chicken sandwich and go to bed, which I did. And I slept in relative comfort. The heater in the room was set for 78 degrees, and that was kind of nice. That was really nice. So, the reason I got up at a god awful hour was because I had an 8 o'clock appointment with the wound care folks at the VA. Well, I thought I did. I get there at like 5 minutes of after driving hell bent for leather up 160 and down 95 and across the 215, and get up to wound care, and they say, "Oh no, your appointment is tomorrow." I'm like, well, at that point I was too broke to stay anywhere in town, and so I just rescheduled it for February after I'm done in Reno, hopefully, on the same day that I have a podiatry appointment. So I'll get to go to podiatry and have my feet shaved and toenails trimmed and all that stuff, and then walk across the hall to the PAVE clinic. Yay! And then a day or two later, maybe the next day, I haven't made up my mind yet. We'll head for Nashville and the latest emergency holographic convention, at which I will have a surprise for Mike Williamson. A good surprise. Good surprise. We go back a ways. So anyway, yeah. So no wound care. So I went down and had some blood drawn for an A1C test, which will hopefully not be too horrible. Um, and then I went and picked up a gizmo from prosthetics, um, which I'm supposed to put under my desk and pedal on. I am not sure that I'll be doing that. I may just put it in the bedroom and pedal on the gizmo there, because between the space heater and the bolster for putting my feet up under the desk, there ain't a lot of room under the desk anymore. Um, so after lugging that out to the Kia, which was not easy because it weighed a fucking ton, um, I went back in. I went to the pharmacy to reload my test strip and syringe supplies, and they said, "No, we can't give you any more syringes. We already sent you some last month." And I went, I don't remember seeing any boxes of. Oh wait. So after I talked to the travel people and confirmed that yes, I can file the paperwork and get reimbursed for this little jaunt, even though the appointment fell through. Um, I I went out to the Kia and opened the trunk, and lo and behold, there was a long box that looked an awful lot like it held a bunch of syringes. And I sliced it open, and lo and behold, there was a box of syringes. So God bless the pharmacy; they know what's going on better than I do. So went to Maverick as usual, tanked up, put about a half a tank of gas in the Kia, got a soda, got some refills for the soda, got a barbecued pork bun and a breakfast pizza, which it was kind of meh. It was more pizza than breakfast, but I've had worse. I got the soda for free because of the pizza, so it all worked out. Um, and then I hit the road, and the weather was nice enough in Las Vegas that I was actually able to drive around with the windows open, which was not the way it was when I drove down to Pahrump yesterday. Um, but there were warning notices. 95 closed north of Beatty, and I'm like, because there are no good alternate routes really. Um, if 95 is closed north of Beatty, um, you basically wind up having to go through California and take the long way up to Route 6 and come back that way. Well, there were indications that whatever it was that had closed 95 had been dealt with, or so I thought. I got up to Lida Junction, the former site of the Cottontail Ranch, which, if you're a Howard Hughes fanatic, you will be aware of. Um, and just north of that, there were a bunch of highway patrolmen and NDOT people, and sure enough, 95 was closed. And it turned out to be because some shithead had shot a couple people and tried to ram his way through the barrier, and he got what that usually gets you, which is face full of lead. I hope he died slowly and painfully. Um, so, what that meant was that instead of just driving the remaining 60 miles up 95 home, since they were doing an investigation of the murder scene, I got to drive west on 264, Nevada State Route 264, to the practically abandoned town of Lida and the not so abandoned town of Dyer and Fish Lake, which are so close together there's really not much difference between them. Anyway, Dyer and Fish Lake are like little farming communities in the Fish Lake Valley, which is west of here. And fortunately, they had a gas station in Dyer. Cost me $4.25 a gallon to get the tank partially filled, so I could get home to Tonopah. And that involved a couple of hours of driving on various back roads that I'd never seen before. And finally coming out on 6 west of Coaldale. Doug, if you happen to be watching this, I was going to spend a little time on the way back today in Goldfield talking to the Esmeralda County people about certain things that need to be known about Coaldale, which is in Esmeralda County, at the junction of 6 and 95, which, yes, is north of Tonopah, which is in Nye County. Let's just say that the political boundaries here are a little left up and leave it at that. So anyway, I finally got home a few minutes ago. I suppose I should be, brewing a cup of coffee and warming up my fingers to whack on the keyboard and do some blogging. But the hell with it. I'm tired. I'll get caught up tomorrow maybe. And if not, just doing the best I can here. Other things worth mentioning. At the NSAB meeting last night, they usually offer you the option of getting a box lunch, and I was kind of tempted because the box lunch was from Jimmy John's, but I decided that no, I'll just get something from Sonic so that I've got, you know, plenty of fluids to last through the meeting, which I did. And I also tried out the double bacon peanut butter burger. I don't think it had any cheese in it. No. All right. So your first reaction to this may be the same as mine, which is, who the is crazy enough to put peanut butter on a bacon cheeseburger? It did have cheese, yeah. Okay. Anyway, um, it was better than I thought it would be. I was not expecting much, but the peanut butter flavor did not overwhelm the beef and bacon and cheese. It just kind of blended in nicely. I suppose that if you wanted to, you could think of it as a kind of down home version of aioli, which is the way foodies say flavored mayonnaise. Yeah. So, and the chili cheese tots were on sale for 99 cents, so I got three of those instead of the large that I normally would have gotten. And lo, it was good. Um, that's really about it. I found out how to file my travel reimbursement, which I'm now eligible for, thanks to being. Oh, did I mention I'm 60% disabled now? Apparently, they were the tests that they did on my lungs a couple of months ago came back pretty ooky, and well, I'm not going to complain. I mean, it jacks my disability pay up from 140 a month after the deduction for VA insurance, and up to about 1,300, which is it's about 500 bucks shy of my Social Security disability, but it's tax free, so that's a good thing. Um, for me, the big deal about having my disability at 60% is that they're going to reimburse me for my travel finally after 3 years, and that's going to be no small amount of money. I mean, even if they pay me at the medical rate, which is 13 or 15 cents a mile, I'm not sure which. That's still 384 miles between here and Vegas round trip, and it's 38 bucks. It's a tank, half a tank of gas these days, even for an Econo box like the Kia. So yeah, they're also going to reimburse me for hotel stays incidental to my appointments and stuff. What saved my butt this time was that you can't make appointments at the lab. It's basically just walk in. So even though I was picking up prescriptions and picking up prosthetic stuff, which is not reimbursable, the lab work is. So yeah, about a month from now, after I file the paperwork, I'll get a check for, I don't know, worst case about 70 bucks, counting the prompt nugget, and best case they'll pay me like 55 cents a mile, which is the usual business rate. And at 55 cents a mile times 380 miles, yeah, it's going to be a nice chunk of change. So, but first I have to fill out the paperwork and mail it in. Hope they don't lose it. Um, and I also have to set up an account for them to put it into. Maybe I'll put it in NSB along with my regular VA pay. Maybe I'll put it into PenFed, which I don't have anything going into at the moment. I don't know. Doesn't matter. As long as it goes somewhere where I can tap it. So, having said that, that's been a that's been how it's been going the last couple of days. We're still in this slow part of tax season, and that's why when I volunteered to work additional shifts this week up in Reno, the DM said, "Oh no, 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 we're good. I can't justify the hotel costs," and that makes sense. I mean, if they just need people to hold down the desk for a few hours, it's kind of, yeah. And if I'm not generating any revenue while I'm doing that, it's really not worth her having to shell out whatever kind of corporate rate they're getting at Extended Stay America or one of the other hotels. So I understand. Would have been nice to go somewhere warm a week early, but it is what it is. And as one of my board members commented last night to me, it seems really weird to be going to Reno to warm up. And I said, tell me about it. Yeah, but yeah, I, I, compl- I complain on a regular basis to management. They say they're getting someone to come look at it, and I'm like, the rate we're going, they may have it fixed in time for the summer heat to set in, but we'll see. One tries to remain optimistic. And on that note, hope y'all are doing well, and we'll see you next time.